And joining us now is Tamara Alrifai. She is the Director of Strategic Communications at the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees. She joins us now from Amman. Welcome to the programme. Great to have you with us today. What's been the reaction and your team's reaction to this news?
We welcome this news. We're extremely pleased by the announcement by the U.S. that it was resuming humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians, including to UNRWA. But what's more important is the reaction of the Palestinian refugees themselves. They're definitely feeling more relieved that our critical services, the critical health, education, social services that they receive through UNRWA will continue at least for a while until UNRWA manages to mobilize all the funds it needs for 2021. So this is really excellent news for UNRWA, for my colleagues, but mostly for Palestinian refugees.
Absolutely, and a lot of relief, as you say. And give us an idea, how badly did the US cuts affect the Palestinians? Which areas were most affected? I imagine critical healthcare during the pandemic was of great concern.
The defunding decision by the previous U.S. administration was a huge shock to UNRWA in 2018. It was a shock that we were able to absorb partly because other donors, other UN member states stepped up their support to compensate for the huge loss. Because until 2018, the U.S. was our largest funder. It accounted for nearly a third of the overall UNRWA budget. So it was a huge loss to us. UNRWA put in place a lot of cut funding measures, trimming here, trimming there. But last year, 2020, was extremely difficult because of COVID-19. It was very difficult to compensate not only for the humanitarian needs that were increasing, but also for the general socio-economic huge impact on the livelihoods of Palestinian refugees. This is one of the most vulnerable communities in the Middle East who over the years has taken shock after shock of conflict and blockade and economic hardship. It was very difficult, and this is why being able to rest a little bit more assured that we have that U.S. funding, not only as a financial support, but also what it signifies in terms of humanitarian and political support to Palestinian refugees is very important for UNRWA, very important for the refugees, and very important for stability in this highly volatile region.
Absolutely. And tell us, what will your priorities as an agency be when that funding comes into your hands?
Our priorities are always basic services to Palestinian refugees. We have big programs in education, healthcare, social services, and we have emergency assistance to situations of humanitarian emergencies like Gaza or the Syria conflict in Syria and neighboring countries. We will continue running all our programs, and we will be able to look again at how to respond to the emergency that has risen because of COVID-19. Again, there is a longer term socioeconomic impact of this pandemic other than the health impact. UNRWA is very involved in the different national vaccination plans. We welcome the inclusion of Palestinian refugees in the countries we operate in the fields we operate in the national plans, and we are contributing to those.
Tamara Alrifai, we wish you and the rest of your team, and of course the Palestinians, vulnerable Palestinians that will be benefiting from your work, a lot of good luck. Thank you for coming on the programme.